Hello and good morning. How are you guys doing? I am here today and I'm excited to be talking to you about my book, Selling Secrets You Can't Afford to Miss. And today we'll be talking about chapter 4, which is creating curb appeal. Curb appeal, it is so important. A lot of people take curb appeal and they minimize it. But today I'm here to tell you curb appeal is not just about your lawn care and your hedges, it's also about your home. So, first and foremost, obviously, you want to make sure your lawn is in great condition. You want to make sure your hedges, when you're cutting them, they're not lopsided. It's not just cutting them, it's also cutting them so that they look good, right? The other thing that you have to take into consideration is your actual home. You want to make sure that there's no peeling paint, the siding is not dirty, um, anything that when you look at the house, you want to really look at it with a careful eye. What appeals to you and what does not appeal to you? Walk around the neighborhood and look at other homes and see what stands out and that you're like, wow, that's nice. What stands out that you'll say, I don't really like that. Think about all those things and consider the little things that you can do to update your home. Look at your home for peel and paint. Peel and paint, you can do a nice power wash to get that peel and paint off. And you can do a nice exterior touch up paint. Doesn't have to be a complete paint job. You can, if you have the exact same paint color, you can do a nice touch up paint job on the house. Work with a painter who is not going to try to get you to do a full paint job, but just going to do some touch up paints for you. And it may only be one side. Sometimes the way the sun, go on, project on your house, only one side may need to be done. So the rest of it might just need a paint, a power wash, and you touch up that one side. If it's siding, a nice power wash will help make the house look nice and fresh. Look at the windows and the trims and see if there's anything that you can do. Maybe some new shutters, some painted shutters, are things that you may want to consider. Well, let's see what else. Um, when it comes to the house, the one of the most important things that are making a big difference right now is your front door. The pop of color, or even if you're like, okay, I like a black front door, that's fine, but make sure it's nice and fresh. You don't want it to be looking old and worn. The other thing is, believe it or not, is your lock. The lock on your door you want to make sure is sturdy. Sometimes someone might come into your home and they don't even realize why they feel uncomfortable with the home. It might not feel secure to them because your door lock is flimsy. Obviously, they can change it themselves, but it's a psychological thing that they may not even realize that the house feels insecure to them. Nice lock. I remember one time I went to a home and they had a lock with a combination. And I just thought it was just so extra and I loved it. This is the first time I'd seen one. So those little impressions make a big difference for your home. So those are the things that you want to make sure that you're looking at. If the windows needs to be replaced, you may not want to replace like all 20, 30 windows, depending on how many you have. But you want to take a look at the front windows and make sure the trims are nicely painted. And you may want to just replace the front windows, because again, that first impression when you walk up to the house, it makes a big difference. Because when somebody walk up to your house, the interior may be in pristine condition, but if the exterior of the house is messy, they already start down pricing your home. They already start thinking, all right, this is not worth what it's listed for. Maybe I can consider less. Or if they were thinking of going over asking price, they already start thinking instead of going 10 or 20 over asking, maybe I'll go asking. Or, the amount might be lower. So that initial impression makes a difference. You also want to make sure your fence is in good condition. Um, Painting the fence, or if there's a lean-in fence or anything like that, or mismatched fence, just make sure you go and you upgrade the fence, upgrade the gates and everything like that. Paint them, a good paint job, or if you have vinyl, a nice power wash. Those are things that people are looking at. Um, Also, your patio furniture. When I bought my first house, I remember my first single family, I should say. I remember the first thing I did, I didn't even go inside. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the times I do that even now with homes that I'm viewing. I don't go inside first. I go out and the backyard and I go around to see the rest of the yard. For people like myself, the yard sells the house. And I remember going into this backyard and was so pleased because it was nice and clean and clear. Your patio, make sure you power wash the bricks if they need to be. In between, if there is any like grass coming up, make sure you get those trimmed. If the cushions on your patio furniture needs to be upgraded, just you don't have to get expensive ones. If not, just put them in the shed. But make sure your patio looks nice and inviting, because when somebody is viewing your home, they're thinking of the parties that they're going to have, and you want them to start decorating and seeing themselves in your home. If there is any exterior upgrades that you're considering, one of the things that I always say to people is do the exterior upgrade, do any upgrades in your home while you can enjoy it. So if you know that you're thinking of selling your home in another couple of years or so, don't wait to do it right before you're about to sell. Do it and enjoy it. If you like orange, do a pop of color on your front door that makes it orange. If you like red and you enjoy it before it's time to sell, and now you're doing all these things, and the new person is going to come in and they may even change that color. I love orange. My front door is orange, but the next person might not love that pop of. They like the pop of color, that the pleasing feeling that it gives when they walk into the door, but they may say, but my pop of color is red. So you may change it to orange and they may change it to red or whatever it is. So enjoy it for yourself before you do it for someone else. So you're thinking about it, do it now. What else? Curb appeal, curb appeal. Um, Sometimes your curb appeal, depending on what your roof looks like, you want to make sure that if the roof line, if there's an opportunity to upgrade your roof, you want to make sure, because if they can see that and the roof looks bad, a lot of roof is one of the major things that people look at. So if I can look at your roof and it has moss on it, or it looks old, or any of that stuff, those are things that I think about, and I'm like, ooh, do I really want to invest more in that house? So again, the exterior of your house really makes a difference. So just to recap, it's not just about your lawn and your hedges and your shrubs. It's also about making sure the exterior of the house looks good. If you need to do a power washing, some touch-up paints, or if you need to change the windows, the trims around, making sure that they're painted, changing the front windows if you don't have it to change all the windows. Maybe consider putting some shutters or some trims or something like that to highlight the windows and make them stand out. Making sure your fence is painted or leaning properly, making sure the gate is updated. When you go in the backyard, making sure the yard is clean and clutter free, making sure your patio is inviting. If you have to do some nice cushions just to update the patio furniture. If not, just get rid of them and put them in if you have a storage shed, put them in the storage shed. That's all I have to say about your curb appeal. There's more in the book. So again, if you're interested in the book, please consider the link that is attached with this video and request your free book. The book is called Selling Secrets You Can't Afford to Miss. These are things that if you decide that you want to sell on your own, hopefully this book will help you with all these different secrets. But if you realize, there's so much that you have to consider. I do this all the time. It's second nature to me. I actually love doing it. Feel free to give me a call and I'd be glad to help you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.